And time for more Area Scene. Let's go back to the KIRX newsroom and John McConnell.
Thank you very much. Welcome into a little special part of Area Scene this morning. Mark Gambiana. Sorry about that, Mark. Gambiana and Brandon Crandall join us for just a moment here to reflect on something coming up. Veterans Day, of course, this week. And these gentlemen are both from Truman State University. And Mark, you want to tell us what's transpiring here on the 11/11/11?
Appreciate the opportunity, John. We're very pleased as a university to host the Community Veterans Day celebration tomorrow. We think we have an extraordinary program scheduled. There are many features. First and foremost, we want to pause and pay tribute to all the veterans for their service to this great country. Secondly, we're going to use the opportunity on our campus to give special recognition to the university alumni that are serving and have served, and some of those have paid the ultimate sacrifice. Our Lieutenant Colonel Jim Tenpenny will present remarks about Truman's impact in the armed forces, going all the way back to Blackjack Pershing up to the current,
right.
And also our ROTC program that's had a significant impact. Also, a special component of tomorrow is that we're going to honor posthumously the university's only Medal of Honor recipient. Jed Barker from New Jersey was killed in conflict in Vietnam in 1967. He received the Medal of Honor posthumously. A brother and a sister will come back from New Jersey to help us dedicate a sculpture that we'll talk about in just a moment and present remarks on behalf of the family. It's a remarkable story that, frankly, we have never told as a university, so we're taking the opportunity to do that tomorrow. And then finally, last but not least, we're going to unveil and dedicate a bronze sculpture that's entitled The Purple Heart, and that's done by our local artist, Brandon Crandall. We had a donor commission this project, and this will complement our plaques that list all of the names of Truman alumni that gave the ultimate sacrifice in the foreign world wars that are outside a wall outside of the town museum.
So it's the timing is great with Veterans Day, and Brandon, you're the man responsible for creating this. What kind of inspiration did you have to do this? I mean, all artists need to be inspired to create something like that.
It's kind of more, just coming up with a concept that really works. And I think when Mark and I were around the area where the sculpture would be, we kind of were talking about sacrifice and how best to show that. And so I thought, that's kind of an interesting thing to really show. And how do you really show that? And so I thought, well, why don't we, instead of having, a soldier doing something heroic or whatever, let's have a family member, a father, holding this single Purple Heart medal in his hands, and it's something he carries around with him in his pocket. And I thought it'd be very neat to really encompass all of the different people who are affected whenever a soldier is killed or wounded in combat. I can't really describe it too well right now, but yeah, you'll definitely have to see it. But if you'd like to see it, tomorrow at 11. So
and it's permanent home is where
yes, and
displayed.
It is not planted yet, but it will be. I think some Truman guys will be putting it in the ground next week maybe. So
and this is located at
is it the Ruthtown Museum?
At the entrance of the town museum.
The old firehouse.
The old fire station.
Correct.
Just
yes.
Right on the edge of the campus.
Yes.
Well, it is part of the campus now.
Yes, and he will be opposite 4 plaques that were kind of brought out so that people could see them. They'd have a little more exposure, and on those plaques, obviously, the names of fallen soldiers that were affiliated with Truman, students or...
Is it a pretty long list of...
We have, I think it's 84
wow.
alumni that made the ultimate sacrifice.
Wow.
And that doesn't include Operation Iraqi Freedom. I know we lost Ryan Campbell, a young man, as well as the community has lost a couple of others as well.
That's definitely, I think, why this was chosen the way this sculpture.
How long did it take you to?
It was about a year. right? And then we had a year at the foundry turnaround time, so it's been about 2 years.
That's something you decided to make over the weekend, then.
Yeah. We could try. It wouldn't be as good.
Wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Have you done things like this before?
Yeah, there's one sculpture at the Adair County Public Library, and 2 sculptures at A.T. Still University in the Medicinal Garden, so, yeah.
And you're not that old.
No, 27.
You're just a young guy.
27. Old by some, but young by others.
Well, it'll be a nice addition to the museum and to the university and to the whole community.
I hope so.
Yeah. And again, this is going to be Friday, tomorrow.
Yes.
And the
11 a.m.
At 11 a.m. And Mr. Tenpenny will be there, and he'll give a good talk, I know. And I know the ROTC has done a lot over the years, and I've known a lot of guys that have been in ROTC there and have gone on to do great things, you know. So this is a pretty neat deal. It really is.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you taking your time to come out and fill us in on this. And again, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, be there and see this great work.
Well, thank you
both very much.
Thank you.
That'll take care of this special area scene. I'm John McConnell on 1450 KIRX.